Stop what you are doing. We have insiders are giving you inside information as corporate insiders are sending a warning, and these are warning signals about the stock market. We have some crazy things happening in the market right now, along with cyber attacks from Iran. I might get to that in just a moment. U.S. Treasury saying they're stepping in on the Japan thing. If you were trading the Japan thing and you're wondering, why did it sell off? If you were trading the stock market today, why did it sell off? I am going to show you step by step. Japan intervenes to prop up yen ahead of BOJ policy decision, sources say. Here's the statement that should have you sit down. We are receiving support from the United States that goes beyond psychological support. What the Hades? If you were a chartist and you're wondering why, suspected intervention started. Yes. And the DXY started crashing the exact same moment. Crash, flag, bearish. Crash, consolidation, flag. Crash, consolidate, bounce. Now, where do we go from here? This should actually be unconstitutional and illegal. If you understood how the money system is designed and how you are paying for it, to pay for foreign countries is just beyond belief. And they actually did this. Now, if you're like, oh, is this the first time? No, actually, we jumped in 2011 to support the yen. But right now, as we are speaking, Japan, 53 billion a single day. And what do they do to get that money? They sell U.S. treasuries. And that's, so you kind of get it a little bit. It's like they have promised to buy all of our debt, so we promise we'll step in and help yours. This is pulling the yen off of 4-decade lows. In the end, you're not going to stop this. This is a dollar juggernaut. You're going to need a lot more than 53 billion to save a dollar system. See, they have taken out all of this debt, all of these loans, all of our treasuries. So they hold our treasuries. Then they have to sell our treasuries. What do they get in return for selling treasuries? They get dollars. Then they take the 53 billion that they just sold in treasuries, and then they try to prop up their market. With all these shenanigans going on in Japan, China, all of this, fugazi, you are going to have ridiculous swings. And the world is currently short dollars. It's showing up in the euro dollar. It's showing up in the markets. And that shows up in volatility. Also, we have breaking news. I wasn't going to report on this, but it's cyber attack? Legit from Iran? Roll the tape, Bob.
Iranian hackers, but they can't say that with certainty. For years, Iran has targeted U.S. water systems with limited success. But the mayor of Brom, Minnesota says starting on Monday, the plant operator realized that the big tower was calling for more water, but the well was not cooperating. They realized the machinery was receiving power, just not doing what it was supposed to do. So they investigated and found 4 neighboring systems were experiencing the same problem. Plant operators restored backup and overrode systems manually. Ultimately, 30 communities were affected, but the disruption to water systems was minimal. Investigators haven't released many details about the suspected cyber attack, but they say the timing, the method, the access, and targets are all very similar to what they've seen from Iran before. Now, with aging security technology, the mayor says whatever happened should serve as a wake-up call, that investment is needed, and the cyber experts agree with him.
There you have it. If you live in Minnesota, maybe stick with bottled water for now. But now back to we have a bear warning. Warning comes with insider information. Their sentiment is really low. 21-year low. People are like, CEOs, it's not looking good. They are, and they have been selling their shares. But what do the charts say? And as I just got off the phone with my banker, he's like, you just tell me when I can buy. So foreign to me, where it's just buy. Then I have to put on my investor hat and it's like, okay, so you want to know, okay, buy at the 200, but get ready to buy the dip. That's what I told him.
I think the central question remains whether to buy the dip or not, because these moments, as we know, they cause volatility. We know that. They often don't cause worse. These moments can be, for many, paralyzing. They can also be opportunistic.
This is in tech stocks, why the recent selling won't break the bull market. Well, Isabella Wang, I don't know if I buy your reporting. I mean, Apple's not looking too good. You're going to buy their new foldable phone. They're only 9 years behind on that one. 2018 was the first time. How does it do that? Well, it does that because you trade on this. Actually just had a 3-screen phone. Folded 3 times. Way too heavy. Just shows you how important branding and marketing is. Congratulations, Apple. You did it. A single thing has been released since Jobs died, and you just keep making the money. I think it's running. I'm seeing it's running out. Now, by the way, it's currently filming on an iPhone. I'm currently on a Mac. So I swing both ways, but you could tell that by my hair. Apple heads for $500 billion wipeout. And the tech companies are dumping everything that they can. Negative cash flow. We don't care. They have to survive this AI disaster. That is a race to the bottom. You are just watching Apple get wiped out post-earnings. Worst post-earnings drop in 13 years. And worse than when they came out with an AI phone that had no AI on it. They promised you there will be. Then they promised that they would stop cranking the battery down right after the new models came out. They do that. If you're like, why does my phone not hold a charge? Well, you could thank Apple for that. They've got busted for it. They paid their fees, and they are probably continuing to do it. Just like the banks, just like your government, manipulating the market. Oh, hey, look at that silver. It's getting a little out of hand. Hold on just a second. Let me just take this 53 billion, right? You could do it in all of the markets and go short it. Everything we got, short it. Leverage, short. And then people like me are like, oh, get out of the way of this train. And I'll help you on the way down. Let's make some money. And I will help you on the bounce. You're welcome. And that happens every single day. So while the NASDAQ 100 is approaching a correction, it actually did 10%. It hit it. And it did exactly what I said. It was in a triangle. I'll jump over to it. Broke out of said triangle. I said, hold on. Don't get your little shorts all in a tangle. It's going to come up. It came up. Now it's going to go down. Even when said stocks go down, you guys know. And people are like, oh, bear market. And then everyone jumps in to short it. And then what happens? And then, like always, it has bounces. That's what, like Korean Stock Exchange record 18%. Bounce. Your underlying trend is still downward. Same thing. McDonald's, which is terribly creepy. And they don't even make food. Marketing wise, what food item is that? Part of the McDrip? The thing that falls off of the McRib that I probably is made with used tires. What does Jay say? He says McDonald's charts. Oh, I like this, Jay, are starting to coil in the direction of a buy signal. But before we do that, let's hop on over to the NASDAQ and see how you guys traded this ting. Perfect with my Bravo indicators. Oh, you had your pump, goes into the Bravo zone, comes into the Bravo zone, pops out of the Bravo zone. That is my Bravo 9. That is your one swing trade. It's currently on the 1 minute. I'm going to turn that off. I do like to use this for the swing trade, though. But this is all you need right here. Here is your standard chart on TradingView. Then we're going to turn on one line. Where we is at. That is the 20. You go below that, you can trade it down. As long as you have one thing, you have to be below the 200. Ta-da! I will trade this for you step by step. My student crushed it. I think he walked away with 4,000. He made his cash on the way down as he's taking screenshots and sending it to me. I actually made money on the way up. That was it. I'll show you what I did. Right here, I was like, all right, we're going up. You put in a buy. And then a ridiculous, okay, I'm out. I did something like buy, I think maybe added to my position another buy. It closed that one. I was up, and then it was no longer up. I'm like, okay, we're done. We will wait on the 200 for a bounce. We did not bounce on the 200. We did not, because I like to play a little whack-a-mole. It was a slight one. It gave that up. I'm like, Go short. This is tough because I'll tell you what happens. You get shooken up. You get shooken like a leaf. You get a win, you get a loss. The loss was bigger than the win. You're like, forget it. I'm done. No. Game face on. Only been 10 minutes. You got to give me some more. Short this thing. You just gave up your entire move. Look at this entire move. Given up. This is telling you, the insiders are telling you, we are going to go down until we have a swing trade. This is how you trade it. Boom, short that thing. You're under it. You just wiped out all of that. Insiders, no, we go down. At an arrow, it would be that way. How far down, you ask? Well, until you get a green candle, until it says, you know what? Oh, wait, here we go. Here's our color change. You have red, you have green. Red takes out green again. You go short. Comes up, fights, again, double down, let's go. It happens all the time. There's like this little consolidation, but green, red takes out green. Green, are you going to get it? Nope. Here, right here. Where you short it, and we're off to the races again. Now you don't feel bad. You don't feel bad about that loss back there. And then what happens down here is your swing trade. But it probably doesn't make the 20. And you add a color change. But at this point, guys, just how much is enough? It's never enough for you, Larry. You're roughly about 424. We'll just go 420. Take 420 times that if this is just one contract. Now I'm in and out. I'm like up, another one here, another one here. Just in the morning, it's 8,400. Or if you are just trading. Yeah, and MNQ. See this one? That MNQ. It's all in the course. This is for big money. That's for the 8,400. You're like, I don't need to make that much. I don't want to lose that much. You won't because you do stop losses and you go, that's it for me. Kind of like up there. MNQ1, you're walking away with 840. If you got the cash, you can go NQ1. Student actually has the cash. He does NQ1. So if you want a step-by-step video guides, like 50 to 100 videos, here, $299, and I'm not done. I have not finished yet with the course. Maybe 8 videos left. Keep adding to it. Like maybe this will be. I think this actually is in there. I've talked for probably about a month. This was in a triangle. I'll draw it. Triangle looked like this, and I said, okay, this was actually the swing trade we all got in on. Millies there, up, closed my position when it consolidated. Is at the top? I don't know. I'm not playing this game. When you overextend on that, look at that. Look, it's not even, it's almost vertical. And this, if you guys ever want to know, you can tell the kids and the grandkids, when the top of the market, when they removed the $25,000 rule, yep, you just come on in, everyone come on in. It was actually that date. It was on that date that the government says, yeah, you're okay. Just come with leverage. You broke out of that triangle. I said you're probably going to come up and try to retest it. You're actually going to retest that line, maybe. But do you see that big shoulder? See, like that support? Guys, you broke the support. You came up. Yesterday was like, we got this. You don't got this. If you want to know how far out of that triangle you move it, you take this and you go here. So you still got some ways up, ways down. Well, your account goes up and other people's money goes down. You are definitely going to find support right there. Because in stonks, they go up and down. Yes, there is manipulation, but you can catch it. All right, so now people ask, McDonald's, this is a great time. You can look back and see exactly what had happened. Oh, and then it came up and it retested that. That was your first break, and there is your first price target on this. And while that is happening, you got your left shoulder, you got your head, you got your little mini right shoulder, whatever. Break there. All right, then it's consolidated. So where are we going? So here's your McDonald's. How much lower? I would say your buy would not be until this dotted line. That would be 249, but it's going to do the consolidation. Oh, where are we going? Then it's going to end up being found on the side of the road like most of their food. But you could, again, turn on the 20. You're below it, and you can turn on the 200. You are below it. This is bearish, and you've already technically Off 23, I don't know, is that technically 23%? That is a bear market in McDonald's. My investor friends, again, no, wouldn't touch that. I still think you got probably down here. For my trader friends, yeah, you got nothing. My trader friends, you got nothing. But you did have something. And a lot of times when making digits go up, it's just, you got to wait. We break it. Where are you going to, once we break it, and then it goes down, and you take your profit, and then you come up, confirm, okay, we break it again. You do know when I am done here, I am over there trading this. I'm trading futures. I'm trading options. I am trading, an options and a bull market watch list. Roughly 40% off. You guys want to know what I pulled in? This was in my watch list profit of 78. That's impossible. You can't do 78%. That's why people do it. Here you go. Ta-da. Sorry, Warren Buffett, up 1,315 on that. So I would highly recommend it when you're done trading, you're like, okay, what's for $1, $2? Well, okay, what's on the wire? Oh, hey, these are great setups. That way you're not just focusing, and I get emails. What's Tesla going to do? What's, right? Gold, silver, Bitcoin. And I look and I'm like, well, there's no setup. And I say, October, talk to me. Bitcoin, buy in October. Yes, I am making intraday trades on Bitcoin, on Solana, because if it sets up, I click buttons. But another thing about McDonald's, you guys, your 200 weekly moving average, you guys have been under it for 13 weeks. This is for my investors. These are your buy zones. This is your buy zone right there. You can buy here, and you can now buy the McRib there. With that, I will see you in the next trade on Monday.